Good afternoon, SLAE family. Happy Tuesday, everybody. I am so excited today. We have an awesome author with us. You know, I'm a book nerd, but this is a fabulous book that you need to hear about. And we are graced with the presence of the amazing woman who wrote this book, Silver Ray Fox. Silver, welcome. Thank you for being here today.
Oh, I am so excited as well. Such a wonderful opportunity and blessing to be able to speak to you and your entire community. How awesome is that? Thank you.
Well, you are amazing. And before we jump into your book, I'd love if you would just share a little bit about yourself. You look amazing, but I did hear that you are a grandma and a great grandma and all kinds of stuff. So you want to share a little bit about your background and your family?
Well, I am a grandma and a great grandma. I have twin granddaughters, and both of them have kids. One of them has a boy and a girl, and the other has an adorable little girl as well. So we have good times for sure, for sure. They're just a special highlight of my life right now. Really enjoying them. A little bit about me and how I got to this day and stage in my life. I am right now, I'll roll it back sort of. Right now, I work for Pastor Bosby Talent Agency. I still, after many, many years, am a professional talent. So I act and I model. I have been in several commercials over the last few months. The biggest one running right now and has been is the Miracle Ear commercial. Now, I don't look glammed up. Keep in mind that as a talent, they categorize me as a senior. So my hair is gray or salt and pepper in most of the commercials that you see. And I am typecast as a grandma very often. And so if you see those and you think, oh, she looks kind of familiar. Well, hello, that really is me. But that whole thread in my life started at 19 when I started modeling professionally. And I had the most wonderful launch into the industry. The first week that I had my composite out, I was booked for 3 commercials. And it was, as they say, history after that. I've always kept a headshot at an agency. And I have worked for some of the most notable ones over the years. And I've also been an instructor, taught many girls and women, more than I could ever count. Professional modeling, personal professional development, pageant skills, you name it in that whole glamour arena, makeup, hair, image, all of that. And it's just been an exciting journey in that way. And the other part of my teacher training is as a corporate trainer and coach. So I've been in the workplace a lot where I provide skills for people that will help them be their best, absolute best at work. That's my approach. I bring my A game so that they can bring theirs.
Oh, I love that. Well, I will confess, I did Google you and check out the advertise. I mean, I know you from the book, so I checked out the ad and you do look totally different, but I went, hey, wait a minute, that's her.
I do look totally different. I absolutely do.
That's amazing. So you're still doing that while you're writing books and everything else. And I know you have a big birthday coming up, which nobody will believe how old you're going to be. Not that it's old, but just you look so good. You want to share, or is that a secret?
Why don't you tell them?
This gorgeous young lady's about to turn 70. You would never know it in a million years. And she's still out there doing national television commercials and taking on the world like it's nothing.
Well, you keep it going. I told you earlier, I'm 40 in my head, so as long as that's the case, that means I got another 60 years to go.
That's perfect. So this is her incredible book here. I'm going to see if I can get us on camera with it, which is available on Amazon. We'll talk about how you can get a copy of it too. But it is called, if you can see this, Stay in the Ring. And it's got 12 incredible principles in there to help you overcome the challenges that you have in life. And
Right.
I was hoping today, since you're a guest with us, that maybe you could just pick 1 or 2 of the 12 and touch base on them a little bit.
Okay, absolutely. Well, the whole concept behind the book, we go through life, and I had challenges very early on in my life, and so I've had to learn absolutely what it means to conquer things that come before me. And this book has been brewing for quite some time because it would seem that I would just get hit from the left and hit from the right, and
Mm.
things just going awry and challenges coming from out of nowhere. And so as I pondered that, I thought, you know what? I read a lot of stuff. As I was going through things, I was reading a lot of stuff, but a lot of things were just not hitting me where I needed to be uh, fed information that was really going to help me be stronger and progressive in my movement in life. And I thought, you know what? They're telling you what to do in a lot of cases, but they're not telling the whole truth, nothing but the truth. you know, so I get gritty with my presentation of what you do to conquer life's battles. I don't make it pretty, as you know. You read the book. I don't
Yes.
make it pretty because it's often drudgery. I start out with my intro talking about the dynamic complexity
Yes.
theory,
Mhm.
and that theory is, of course, from psychology. And in short, it talks about how things happen in life. They just happen. Stuff happens. It comes from someplace. For all of us, it's somewhere different. But along with that comes so many complexities, so many other things unfold when something happens. So many things are connected, people, other dynamics. We might think of it in its simplest form as a ripple effect. That's probably the best way to think about it, that when something happens, other things happen. Well, with all that being said, I put that at the beginning of the book because I thought people should really understand no matter what and no matter who you are, things are gonna
Gonna happen.
and they're not gonna be fun, they're not gonna be pretty, they're not gonna be easy. And so it's not where you live or how much money you have, nothing's going to prevent it, unfortunately. And I wanted to put that out as a reality because I wasn't seeing a lot of books or material saying that, things are going to happen in your life and they're going to be hard and you're going to have to figure out how to manage and maneuver through those things. So that was where I was laying the groundwork for that. One of the important things that I think uh, people need to consider is that, and this is the first chapter's quote, says, "Life is a fierce opponent. Life doesn't run from nobody. Life runs at you." And that was a quote from Joe Frazier. And it's true. And what are you going to do? I often just have this little vision uh, of just being chased because that's how you're feeling sometimes when things happen in your life. You just want to do your best to run. You want to flee. You want to get away from it. Life is running at you. There's usually no way to duck or dodge a lot of those things. So what do you typically want to do? You want to flee. You want to run. But here's the thing you have to remember, even as tough and scary and as much as you want to run from it, it's important to know that you've got to take a stand. You've got to take a stand and be flat-footed. And you know who gives me a little inspiration and courage with that?
Who's that?
Wonder Woman. Miss Gal Gadot. When I think
Listen.
about when something is
Mhm.
happening, I think, okay, there you see, we're on the same page.
We are.
Think about those scenes where she runs into some situation. First thing she does is she puts her fierce face on. I just love it.
I love
Then
her.
she puts her arms up, letting them know, look, I got some power here. You really don't want to mess with me. And then she takes off running at lightning speed toward her opponent. And that's what we have to remember attitudinally when things happen. I know that's make believe, but the attitude isn't. The reality of how you think about facing your problems is everything. So have your superwoman attitude ready, gear up for it, and just be ready to fight back and not flee. The other thing that I want to mention to you from the book, chapter 5, quote, "It ain't about how hard you get hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving." Now, here's the thing, you're going to worry about stuff. it's going to feel really hard to you. It's going to hit hard in a lot of ways. And I talk about these two principles in the book, and that's willpower and won't power.
That was really an incredible part of the book. I must interject and say that that won't
Yeah.
power was awesome.
Yeah, I'm so glad you love the book. Your willpower is going to affect your will to win. Now, interestingly about willpower is kind of a contemplative concept when you just consider what it means. It's a strength and it's helpful, but I want to share this little short version of how it might make it more simple to understand. You ever had a fight with a piece of cake? When I go to the store and I'm really having a craving for something sweet, I'll stand at that stand forever looking at the chocolate caramel cheesecake and the 3-layer lemon cake and all of that. And my willpower is talking to me about the calories. It's talking to me about, maybe if you do eat this, you can eliminate that later in the day. So when I think about willpower, it does play an important role because it makes you think. It makes you think about what's going on. That's important when we're dealing with life's issues. You got to be thinking on your feet about what to do that you know is the right way and the right direction to take. It may seem a little wobbly, the whole willpower aspect, but it's still a good thing. But then there's this thing I call won't power. Won't power is strong. It's defiant. It's aggressive. It doesn't back down. And here's what I can tell you. I've done many times standing at that dessert stand. I say, I won't eat that. I just won't. And then I can walk away. Now, when you're dealing with a problem, the won't power plays a role in this sense. You won't be taken down. You won't back out of this fight. You won't allow it to conquer you. You won't allow it to overtake you. Short story, I think I talked about this woman. I talk about her in so many presentations, but she had her husband divorced her, left her with zip, nothing, no money, no property, no anything. So she had to turn to some relatives to get an initial new start going. She managed to get a little money, enough from them to buy herself a bike, which she used to start looking for a job. And she was able to lay over at someone's house until she really got, a job. Well, she managed to get a job, an entry-level job at a worldwide name that I'm not going to name because she didn't tell me as many times as I told the story that I could put her on blast like that. She's still around. But anyway, she was so down and out. When she finally did get an apartment, she had to borrow electricity from the neighbor next door with an extension cord to just have enough light to do what she needed to get ready for work. She rode her bike to work every single day. Long story short, this woman climbed the ladder in this company and became the #1 salesperson in the world. Now, I asked her, how did she do that? She said, it's just not in me to stay at that place where I was.
Yeah.
I won't live like that. I won't give up. I won't give in. I won't allow that type of lifestyle to dominate me. And so that's where when things happen, and hers was a serious issue. I mean, I made it real short, but she had a lot of climbing to do. But that's where won't power comes in. Won't power comes in and just kind of slaps that problem back into the place where it should be. And so what we have to remember with these two principles, they both work. Willpower will keep you thinking on your feet, but won't power will keep you from defeat. And that's what we need to know when we're approaching these problems. What I talk about in my book, you know this, Leanne, it's a lot about your attitude. It's a lot about the action that you take. That's where the winning comes in. My book isn't about how to be an overnight success or how to make $1 million. My book is about something all of us are going through every single day. We're facing issues, we're facing problems, we're facing things that we have to tackle, or they're going to tackle us. So the concept is, and I said this at the end, life is swinging hard, but I'm swinging harder, which means you gotta stay in the ring.
Oh, it's so fabulous. Thank you so much. And the whole book, it's so cute. It's done. Look, she's got little boxing gloves on and everything. And there's quotes from, Muhammad Ali and other boxers in there. And it's all an analogy of getting through that. As a matter of fact, can I read one little part that was my
Yeah,
favorite?
sure.
Okay, hold on one second. I love this. So I love the whole book. But here we have a little part, and it says, a lack of faith will keep you from rising to face your challenges. Procrastination, fear, feelings of helplessness will push you against the ropes while you take a beating. It's so true. When
It's
people
very
don't
true.
have faith,
Faith plays an incredible factor. All of what I've said and talked about in the book, foundationally, is your faith in yourself. One of the quotes talks about the biggest opponent really is yourself. And you have to use your faith to talk down that fear, to talk down that worry, to talk down anything that feels like it's opposition or an opponent. Problems in life are just not easy to wrap our heads around, let alone talking about duking it out with them. But we want to the book is meant to get you in a frame of mind where you're never going to back out, no matter what happens, no matter how challenging and no matter how difficult the fight is.
and you've been through some stuff too, and they'll read a little bit about what you've been through in the book, but you've been through a lot, and the mindset you have about, not surviving, not running, but actually coming out swinging is awesome. So I want to tell everybody, this book is so cool because it's a very small book. I said we called it a tiny book with a big message. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
So it's a small, quick read that you can go through. And I highly recommend it. But the other thing is, if you have people in your life that aren't big readers or have never really delved into personal development, this is perfect because it's short, it's engaging, the chapters are short, you learn the messages. So for somebody who maybe doesn't want to pick up a 300-page personal development book and they're never even going to get through it, this is the ideal thing. As a matter of fact, if this were Christmas, I'd be stocking stuffer this thing all over the place.
Well, it's coming up.
So we are going to give the link. And right before we got on, I found out that today the book is on sale on Amazon today. Is that correct?
That's right, for 39% off. They thought they'd do everybody a favor. So if you want the book, today is a good day to go ahead and grab a copy or two, and maybe even for your book club, to get the book for everybody. Or as Leanne just mentioned, it's a great stocking stuffer. And there are people already getting out there and doing their Christmas shopping. So get yourself a few copies. And particularly though, I do want to say, if you know somebody that's really going through a particular time that's difficult or struggle, Leanne mentioned that I've really been through some stuff. And I want you to know, people who are listening, it's not little stuff.
No.
It's been major stuff. But look, I'm still standing. I'm still fighting. Life doesn't necessarily get easier, but I saw this quote the other day too, but you get stronger, you get wiser, you get more determined. You won't back out. It's really gigantic, bigger than any other obstacle that you may face. And that's the key thing that I want people to know, because right now life feels kind of interesting. You wake up in the morning and everywhere you look, you don't, a lot of it's in your own atmosphere, but as soon as you go out the door or you turn on the news or something, you realize that there is a lot of complexity going on, and that complexity is affecting us as well. it's affecting us in some kind of way. Look at the gas prices and the food prices. It's just unbelievable how some
Hmm.
of these things are bringing such an impact right to our door, right where we sit at our tables, you know?
Yes,
And so it's important, critical to have the right mindset about what
it
goes
is.
on in life. Will you feel like, it's a cakewalk every day? No, I didn't say that. And in my book, I don't mean that either. But there is a way, again, to keep your momentum. There is a way to keep standing and keep fighting. That's what you do. That's what you must do.
Absolutely. And you'll read the book. She went to court by herself. She took on everything, but she's done it all. She's overcome loss. There's so many different things that this powerful woman has done. So before we wrap up today, tell us, you're 40 years old mentally, right?
I,
And taking on the world. What's next for you? So you've got this book out. Tell me some of the other things that you're doing right now. Let us know what your plans are.
well, let me tell you some of the things that you can take a look at right now. Go to my webpage, silverrayfox.com. And Leanne mentioned something I almost forgot about this being a quick study. It really is. It was meant to be because I've been in those books where you're like, okay, I think you've said that like 5 times already.
Yeah.
So I get it. But I have an 18-minute audio. It's a little bit of a book, but it's something that you can download for 99 cents any day. If you go to silverrayfox.com, it's right on the front page on the right side. I don't know if it'll show up on your mobile. You might have to do it on your laptop, but you can purchase that download for 99 cents. And it's just a wonderful boost of courage that I know you can use. Also on that page, you're going to learn a lot about me. Most everything about me is there. I have tons of articles that I've written over the years that offer you inspiration as far as personal and professional development. And you know what? If I have to say so myself, they're good. They're good. They're also going to they're also going to give you a good kick where you need it. You might be surprised, but I don't make them real long. I get to the point, get to the message, and give you what I think you need. So take a look at that. And then the other pages will tell you more about my 501c3. It'll tell you about some programs that I offer, and I do have a new one coming up called Clean Forever and a Day that I'm very excited about that I'm going to be offering. This program is a hands-on program, and it is something that I will, depending on how many people we can get in your group, I am willing to travel to do. And
Wow.
so, yeah, it's a fabulous personal development, professional development program that I'm encouraging women 40 plus to take. It's just amazing to me. When we were younger and we talked about getting 40, we thought that was, like getting up over the hill. And a lot of people bought into it and still do. And so I want to get in the room with those women who feel like life has taken a left or a right or
Mm.
downhill, or maybe you forgot about yourself in the whole process because of the kids and all of that.
Yes.
Well, I
Yeah.
want to get your confidence built back up. I want you to see who you really are. You are a queen, and we're going to get to that woman and we are going to make her look like it, feel like it, walk like it, and talk like it as well. So that program is on the horizon. I've got my first class scheduled for September 24th in the Dallas area. But if you're interested in that, please let me know, because if you can get a group of women together, I'd be willing to travel to your area and offer this. I
Fabulous.
really do feel, I hesitate to brag, but there are only a few of us who really stayed in this industry and really tried to continue to bring a real rich dynamic to people. And
Mm.
I know that I am one of them. I really care about people. I really care
Yes.
about how we do life and how we feel about ourselves. So I'd be willing to do that. Um, I think my podcast,
Yes.
Boxology. Boxology, you can Google that, or you can go to blogtalkradio.com and listen to so many programs that I have in my archives. And they also were meant to highlight people who are doing wonderful things. The whole list that you will see that I've done over the years is to bring inspiration, empowerment, education, making you better at learning whatever we talked about and that guest that we had on that particular day. So that's pretty much it.
That's fabulous. So if you are watching this either on Facebook or YouTube, I'm going to tell you two quick things. If you're in the Facebook group, Silver has actually joined it, so you can comment, ask her questions, etc. And we will put a link to the book in there. Again, here is the book. So you're looking forward to Silver Ray Fox, Stay in the Ring, so you can get that. If you are watching it on YouTube, please go ahead and leave some comments there. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. That'll help get the word out. It'll get her a little more traffic, which is great. And we're really excited to have you here. You are really a inspiring and tough and powerful woman. And it's just awesome to have you as a guest today. Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. We will be back next Tuesday. We have a really interesting guest who I've never found anybody else in the country who's doing this, but she has created a program to help with providing education for young teen moms who often fall out of the educational system. Fascinating woman out of Delaware. So you'll get to hear about what she's doing to change the lives of young women who are in challenging situations. With that, we thank you, Silver Ray Fox. You already are a queen. You're the best.
Thank you, Leanne.
Thanks for being here. You guys grab this book. It's a short powerhouse read. You'll love it. Take care, everybody.